So you can see a lot of commonality in the culture. You can see a lot of commonality even in the language. Remember, I'm learning the Medu now to the extent that I've begun teaching the Medu now.
That's right. You're doing a great job too, brother.
Thank you very much. So you certainly can see the development of how the Medu coins various words and how Hebrew coins various words. You can see the connection in terms of, if I was to give you, looking at a word such as I. In Hebraic thought, there are two main ways that we can say I. I say ani, or I say anoki. Ani has the same exact letters in Hebrew as the word ayin, which means nothingness. So what do we learn from that? The thought implicit within the term ani, which means I, it also contains ayin, which means nothing. Because the real I, the real me, is the nothingness within me, the spirit. Mm-hmm. That's the highest you. Then we have the word anoki. That's the reveal aspect of someone's greatness. Mm-hmm. So there's two ways we can look at this Hebraic term anoki. Anoki and ani. Anoki means I, and it's talking about the reveal aspect of greatness. Ani also means I, but it's referring mostly to the innermost aspect of greatness. But watch this. How do you say I in the Medu Neter? Anuk. It's the same exact word.
Powerful.
Anuk.
Now, let me ask you, if it's one thing that I can say about you and your character, is that you have always been honest. You have always spoke the truth. You have said things that other people wouldn't say, regardless of whether,
people gonna mess with me or not.
Right. Yeah. People will mess with you or people will bang on you or not. You have always spoke truth to what you believe in. Mm-hmm. Is there, since you've been studying the Medu Neter, have you learned something that you was...
So, thank you very much. So let's be clear on something.
Go ahead, brother.
Yes, I could definitely say that. I can say that with great honesty, that I've learned things since coming into the community that I know was taught by many people that taught me. I know I carried on my lips, but coming into the community, I updated my information. Yes. And any real scholar has to do that, or else you're just playing games, right? So to get to it, one of the things that I learned primarily that I was incorrect on is the fallacious idea and statement that we built pyramids.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
To say you built pyramids as Israelites or Hebrews in ancient Egypt really shows your ignorance.
Brother, you are showing so much growth before you even finish. I want to just shout. That's why I say this brother is one of my best top Hebrew Israelites that's out there, man, because he keeps it real. Go ahead, brother. I don't even want to stop.
You got to be honest, right? You got to have integrity. So to be honest and to show integrity, let's be clear. Hebrews did not build pyramids in ancient Kemet. To say that Hebrews built pyramids in ancient Kemet would actually render the narrative that we carry that we were in Egypt, it would break it from its foundation. It would rip it from its very foundation simultaneously. The moment we say that we built the pyramids, we are ripping any foundation that we attach to our presence in Egypt. And I'll explain what I mean by that. So Hebrews can only be placed in Egypt during two major periods. Both periods attest to Asiatics, the Middle Kingdom period and the New Kingdom period. The Middle Kingdom period beginning mainly with Mentuhotep II. Menchu is satisfied is what his name means in the Medu Neter. The New Kingdom period mainly beginning with Amos the first, right? So here is where the Israelite narrative of building pyramids will crack if we simultaneously believe that we were in Egypt. All of the pyramid building is primarily in the Old Kingdom. The first pyramid ever constructed in ancient Kemet is in Saqqara. This is knowledge right now.
Ahead,
you don't see no books open right now.
That's right. You dealing
the
with
first pyramid
from the dome.
Ever built in ancient Kemet is in Saqqara, and that's the step pyramid. And the architect is Imhotep.
Correct.
We're talking about 27th century BCE, which is the 2600s. Now, there is no Asiatic presence in ancient Kemet testified at all during that period. At all. Even the Hebrew narrative of being slaves in Egypt doesn't agree with that timeline. Pyramid building in ancient Kemet is in the Old Kingdom.
But guess who else said that to add
Yes.
on to it?
Yes.
A great grand master teacher, may peace and blessings be upon him, Dr. Ben. So what you are saying is the same thing that Dr. Ben was saying.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, brother.
Dr. Ben was absolutely right when he said that Hebrews never built pyramids.
He said that the pyramids was already in its ruin stages.
Pyramids were already in their ruin estate.
When the Hebrews came in.
When the Hebrews came in.
Yes, go ahead, brother.
One of the things I appreciate about Dr. Ben is he never denied that Hebrews came in.
That's right.
And I appreciate that about him and Dr. John Henry Clark, as well as Baba Heru. They don't deny the presence of Hebrews in Egypt, which is also a debate right
Yes.
now.
But I don't want to stop you. Go back to what you was teaching.
So
Go
to
back
be
there.
very, very clear, to say that Hebrews built pyramids in ancient Kemet is to rip the foundation of the Hebraic narrative that we are also simultaneously slaves in Egypt. Because the period of
Correct.
Hebrew enslavement in Egypt doesn't agree with the period of slave building. There's no Hebrew alive that will tell you that Joseph, Moses, and the Israelites were in Egypt during the Old Kingdom period. Every Israelite harps on two periods, the Middle Kingdom period and the New Kingdom period, because that's the one that has the most evidence for showing Asiatics. It is only during the Middle Kingdom period and the New Kingdom period where not just there's a presence of Asiatics, but you can see Asiatics as captives there as well. So that's very important. Rameses has a stela that comes hotly contested in the community, but it still exists. It's called the 400-year stela. In the era of Ramses the Great, which is Ramses II, he celebrates what's called 400 years of the Amu being in ancient Kemet. It's known as the 400-year stela of Ramses.